Right now at 6, former La Crosse school board members are speaking out about a 17-year-old policy that says members aren't allowed to speak to the media. And candy-colored fentanyl is spreading all over the United States. Local health experts say there are steps you can take to keep your child safe.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Amy is off tonight. We rarely get to hear from school board members on La Crosse's school board. It isn't until they leave the board that we get the chance. Now that's because of a policy implemented 17 years ago. Tonight, News 8 Now's Dua Israr introduces you to two former board members speaking out about that policy.
Ken, Deborah Sukla and Rob Abraham believe the 2005 media policy should be re-evaluated.
Discussion wasn't even warranted speaks volumes.
If checks and balances exist to give everyone a voice,
we never took away individuals' rights to their own voice.
Then it doesn't explain why school board president Juan Jimenez speaks for the entire school board.
That was never the intention of that policy, and it's really quite disappointing.
A school district spokesperson told News 8 Now under the current policy, all media requests are directed to the board president and only the board president.
I think it's taking away a voice of individuals on the board. It's also taking away the public's right to know what their elected officials want to do and why they're doing what they're doing.
Deborah Sukla spent 17 years on the school board. Sukla says the board president was the sole spokesperson when a policy was decided by the board.
We as a board needed to stand together and support it, no matter what side you stood on it.
But prior to any policy passing,
good government needs to hear diverse opinions around the table.
Board members were able to discuss their opinions at board meetings and with members of the media.
Why would the public vote for any of the board members if you don't even know what they stand for?
When a school board rarely disagrees or has differing opinions, it runs into the possibility of becoming a rubber stamp board.
It's absolutely a rubber stamp board.
In August, former school board member Rob Abraham resigned.
I needed to do something that would draw the attention of not only the school board, but the public.
According to Abraham, board members with opposing voices aren't given the opportunity to discuss their views.
It's hard to even get a debate going or engaging in a debate. Anyone who has an opposing view will just completely be shut out.
So while checks and balances are intended to give everyone a voice,
it comes to the point where you feel as a board member where you're supposed to show up, smile, and vote yes.
Under the La Crosse School Board's policy, taxpayers only hear one voice.
And with that, we are adjourned.
News 8 Now did reach out to President Juan Jimenez for a comment. We were told he is out of town. And per the policy, no one else on the board could comment. Ken?
All right. Thanks very much, Dua. News 8 Now will continue to follow this story. You can read our previous coverage at news8000.com. Time to switch it up, talk some weather with Bill Grawl. Bill, there's an F word in your forecast, and it's not that.
Easy.
Freeze.
Yes, what? And frost as well.
Oh, my goodness.
A couple F words. Yeah, Ken's dropping F words tonight. This morning we had some frost and even some freezing temperatures. Upper 20s for lows in Black River Falls and Sparta, right at freezing at Volk Field, 39 in Eau Claire. I can update that 41 to an official low of 38 here in La Crosse, 36 in Winona, 37 in Viroqua. It's going to be even colder tonight. That's why a freeze warning in place from midnight to 8 a.m. tomorrow for Eau Claire and the Chippewa Valley. Also Clark, Jackson, Monroe, Juneau, and Adams counties. The rest of us in a frost advisory, low to mid 30s in the frost advised areas, mid to upper 20s for lows in the freeze warned areas. So cover or bring in those sensitive plants or gardens if you want to keep them alive. Protect outdoor plumbing. Disconnect garden hoses, drain the sprinkler systems, especially in the freeze warned areas, as that can be a problem. Temperatures today, even with a lot of sunshine, was cool. 58 in La Crosse, 53 in Eau Claire, and most spots in the 50s, 60 degrees though in Prairie du Chien. Still mostly sunny. A few clouds in our eastern communities. Those will fade and shift to the east though. And with light winds, these temperatures currently in the lower to middle 50s will really drop overnight into the mid 20s to mid 30s for overnight lows, including about 35 here in La Crosse. We'll talk more about the cold temperatures tonight, but a nice little warm up over my next 8-day forecast. All the details in just a few minutes.
Thanks very much, Bill. Well, last month, the Drug Enforcement Administration has been warning that fentanyl is sometimes packaged as rainbow pills to make them more attractive to children. News 8 Now's Rob Romano joins us now. He spoke with a physician about how to protect your kids. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Ken. The head of the DEA says fentanyl that is being sold in colorful forms as pills or other substances is a deliberate effort by drug traffickers to drive addiction among kids and young adults. A Gunderson emergency physician says it's only a matter of time before the trend is seen in La Crosse.
It increases the risk of an accidental overdose by a child.
Emergency medical physician at Gunderson Health, Dr. Chris Eberlein, says he expects the colorful fentanyl pills that sometimes resemble candy to soon make their way to La Crosse.
It won't be long before it's here. We have seen other pill forms of fentanyl in our area. So it's not a big stretch that they would come in colored forms shortly.
Eberlein adds that there's been an uptick in fentanyl being laced with a variety of other drugs because it's easily transferable.
Easily packaged in a variety of other pill forms, different colors. You know, they're mixing it with other substances now. Even marijuana, we're starting to see fentanyl in some of these other substances. So it is important to use, test the substance you're going to use for fentanyl. The fentanyl test strips are available, widely available.
Those I spoke with in La Crosse Tuesday said they're concerned about the trend. A social worker who spoke to us off camera said anyone struggling with addiction needs help facing trauma.
We need to encourage them to overcome their past traumas in order to get over the mountains. If we cared about other people, people would get over what they need to get over.
I asked Eberlein about how to prevent kids and young people from developing substance use disorders. He says more education could help.
True prevention, way upstream of an addiction, it does start young. We know that. This has to be a conversation about the risk, age-appropriate risk and age-appropriate education on addiction and the danger of these drugs.
And the DEA says that fentanyl remains the deadliest drug threat facing this country. In 2021, more than 107,000 Americans died of drug overdoses. Ken, back to you.
All right, Rob, thanks very much. There have been 32 suspected drug overdose deaths in La Crosse County so far this year. Those deaths remain under investigation. Well, all records from the closed Republican-ordered investigation into the 2020 presidential election in Wisconsin are being uploaded to a website for the public to see. The investigation was led by former state Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman. Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos fired Gableman back in August. American Oversight, a liberal watchdog group, has filed multiple open records lawsuits against Gableman and Vos, seeking records created during that investigation. The group plans to post these records, which includes an exchange of text messages, but the information must be processed before going online. Wisconsin lawmakers and Department of Transportation officials were in La Crosse's Riverside Park today as part of their Paving the Way state tour. The tour focuses on showing how the bipartisan infrastructure law is benefiting the state. The new law is funding initiatives to provide Wi-Fi access, ensuring safe drinking water, and improving public transportation. According to lawmakers, the bipartisan bill will help protect bridges and roadways from weather damage.
The PROTECT program means we're going to have actual resources to dedicate to building back our infrastructure to make sure that it can withstand some of the weather events that we know are coming.
And the tour will also be stopping in Milwaukee, Madison, and Eau Claire to talk about infrastructure programs. The Arcadia School District is launching a new program to connect their Spanish-speaking and English-speaking students at an early age. The program is called Valle, Spanish for Valley. The class of 26 has kids who are either dominant in Spanish, dominant in English, or already been exposed to both languages at home. The class will learn in Spanish almost the entire day, and as they progress into future grades, the goal is to be learning half in Spanish and half in English. One of the teachers is in her 11th year in Arcadia. She says she's already seeing Spanish speakers getting more comfortable engaging in their language with their English-speaking classmates.
I think it's a huge asset for the community. Like you can literally communicate with double the people. And the reading, writing, speaking, and listening in both languages becomes that much stronger, being that all of your language is valued. You're bringing all of your language to the table.
The program is scheduled to teach the kids this way through 4th grade. McGuire hopes by then the school will have more programming to continue the process into middle school. Still ahead tonight, La Crosse is preparing for a big Oktoberfest weekend. We catch up with city police officers who are taking steps to keep all festgoers safe.
Save 11% on your bathroom renovation at Menards. Start with a new vanity from Magic Woods. With over 100 sophisticated styles to choose from, it's easy to find the right match for your decor. Right now, all vanities from Magic Woods are 11% off. Continue your update with U-Tile from Max. Max U-Tile shower kits add fresh, luxurious looks with fast and easy installation. Save 11% off all shower kits right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Violent crime up across Wisconsin. Families nervous about their safety. Yet Mandela Barnes called for releasing half of Wisconsin's jailed inmates. That would mean releasing over 10,000 criminals right into our neighborhoods. 10,000 reasons your family would be in more danger. Barnes also supported defunding the police. 10,000 more criminals with fewer police to protect us. What could go wrong? Wisconsin Truth Bank is responsible for the content of this advertising.
An active workday, a busy workday, but at a place that recognizes the great work that you do, and a benefits package you won't believe.
No, they really are great.
At Century Foods International, we do things different. We do them better. Feel valued, feel rewarded, and let us appreciate you for all your effort. Apply today and join our team at Century Foods International in Sparta.
The radical left hate America and riot in our streets. They indoctrinate our children to hate America, stoking fear and envy with their lies and deceptions. Their radical woke agenda and divisive politics are tearing our country apart. Here's Mandela Barnes.
The founder of this nation? Awful.
Mandela Barnes is a radical leftist. He supports their woke agenda that's causing you and your family so much pain.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Well, Oktoberfest is just a few days away now. News 8 Now's Emily Haugen joins us with how law enforcement and some area's students are working to help the community fest safely. Good evening, Emily.
Ken, thousands of people look forward to this festival every year, and with high traffic and big crowds, Oktoberfest is an extra busy time for law enforcement.
Oktoberfest is a busy time of year.
We are amping up for a great Oktoberfest this year.
For festers and law enforcement.
We're getting ready to go so that we can be there and keep the community safe.
La Crosse police are all hands on deck this weekend and hitting the roads.
Our focus is mainly everything outside of the Oktoberfest grounds and the parades.
Some traveling by car, others by foot.
And we'll just keep going back and forth.
Adam Schmeiser is the co-director of Riverwatch. It's an effort, mostly staffed by college students, to keep people from wandering into the river.
There used to be a lot of drownings in the Mississippi.
Those volunteers pace Riverside Park from 11 at night until 3 in the morning most weekends.
We also make sure that they're in good enough condition to be able to get home.
But this weekend is an even bigger affair, as volunteers walk to keep people from drowning.
During Oktoberfest, we'll see probably close to 100 people come down here.
Police say with big events like this, it's important to look out for yourself and others.
We ask that the community is working together, kind of like a neighborhood watch.
Working together to keep festgoers safe.
And security on the Oktoberfest grounds is managed by a private company, but off-grounds help will also be available from the PD at the 3rd Street Aid Station at the corner of 3rd and Pearl in La Crosse. Ken?
All right, thanks very much, Emily. Oktoberfest kicks off this Thursday. Well, it's only September, but the Salvation Army is looking ahead to the winter holidays. Details on how families can sign up to be a part of the Angel Tree program still to come.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Bill Grahl. Coldest night so far this fall season in store for tonight. I'll let you know just how cold with my 8-day forecast up next.
I worked in law enforcement for more than 30 years. I know what it takes to keep our community safe. Mandela Barnes stands with Defund the Police and supports no cash bail that releases dangerous criminals back into our communities. Barnes supports sanctuary cities and spending millions of taxpayer dollars on illegal immigrants. Take it from me, the bad guys belong in jail, and Mandela Barnes belongs nowhere near the Senate.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Maxwell White, done right.
Looking to remodel your bath or shower?
Call the professionals at Maxwell White. Our trained and licensed technicians will come to your home and install or replace your unit in as little as 1 day, taking care of you and your home with speed and efficiency without sacrificing quality. Let the professionals at Maxwell White tackle your next bathroom project.
786-4004.
Now offering financing on repairs and projects of all sizes.
Meet Brad Paff. He never had a job outside of politics. Seriously, he hung around long enough to climb that political ladder. He'll never fix Washington. He won't even try. Me, I spent 26 years fighting for our country. I served as a Navy SEAL, and I know how to get things done. I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message. Let's try something different. Let's change the people we're sending to D.C.
Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
On crime, Tony Evers broke his promise. Evers released hundreds of violent criminals from prison. Murderers, child rapists, back on our streets. Evers broke his promise. Now we're less safe than ever.
Tim Michels took an oath to protect America, and that's what he'll do as governor. Michels will put more police on the street, fire weak prosecutors, and keep criminals behind bars. Strength and leadership. Tim Michels for governor.
Well, it may feel a little early to talk about the holidays, but the Salvation Army is preparing to make the season jolly for area families in need. The Salvation Army of La Crosse is bringing back their Angel Tree and Food Basket programs. Registration for families to get Angel Tree gifts and food baskets runs from October 3rd to the 21st. Program leaders are starting registration a little earlier in the hopes of helping more families. Last year, they helped hundreds.
Last year we helped over 300 families and over 770 children. It just shows the need and that places like Salvation Army are here to help. And our community overwhelms us every year with their response to this program.
You can sign up both online and in person at the Salvation Army. Now, if individuals want to register for a food basket, they must do that in person. Tags for the Angel Tree will start rolling out in November at Walmart, Advanced Auto, and Pizza Ranch locations. And we'll have all this information posted online on our website, news8000.com. Time to switch things up and talk some weather with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bill Grawl. Bill, I've gotten a bunch of push alerts today on the First Alert weather app. A couple of days ago, it was sunny. Look ahead to a nice weekend. Now we're talking frost and freezing.
Yeah, coldest night so far this season in store for tonight, but that happens this time of year. Late September, early October is when we generally see our first frost and freezing temperatures across the upper Midwest. But before we get to our chilly forecast for tonight, I want to bring you up to speed on Hurricane Ian in case you have interests in Florida or southeastern parts of the country, or maybe you're planning a trip there in the next couple of days. Hopefully not because of Ian, but it is a powerful hurricane. It's a Category 3 storm now, 120 mile per hour sustained winds, continuing to move north at 10 miles per hour, but it's now moving away from Cuba, so it's over open water, which will help it strengthen. Also very warm water, which will help it strengthen as well. So here's the projected path over the next 48 hours. Unfortunately, it could make landfall as a Category 4. Lower end 4, but still we're talking 125 to 130 mile per hour winds late tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening between Tampa and Fort Myers, and then it quickly weakens to a Cat 1 and eventually a tropical storm as it heads over towards Orlando and Disney World by say Thursday afternoon. But again, some serious concerns for folks along the west and southwestern coast of Florida over the next say day or two. All right, our concerns, the cold temperatures. Freeze warning now in play for Eau Claire and the Chippewa Valley. This is from midnight to 8 o'clock in the morning. Also Clark, Jackson, Monroe, Juneau, and Adams counties. Lows in those areas mid to upper 20s. Frost advisory for the rest of us, including the Crosse, low to mid 30s for lows there. Cover or bring in sensitive plants. Cover those gardens if you want to keep them alive, and protect outdoor plumbing, especially in the freeze warned areas. disconnect garden hoses, drain those sprinkler systems as well, as freezing temperatures could cause some issues there. So coldest readings in eastern parts of the county, around 31 for a low in Bangor, 32 in West Salem, closer to 34 or 35 degrees for the La Crosse area. Generally mid to upper 30s along the Mississippi River, maybe some lower 30s near Lafarge, Westby, Hillsborough. Again, some 20s in parts of Monroe and Jackson counties up into Clark County as well, right around 30 to 32 degrees in Eau Claire and Chippewa Falls. Mostly clear right now, just a few clouds in some of our eastern communities. 59 and 38 the numbers for today, well short of those averages of 71 and 50. 86 and 30 are the records. 56 at the airport, 57 downtown at the station. Kind of breezy again today, northeasterly at about 10 to 15. 52 for you folks in Eau Claire. Winds out of the north at about 5 to 10. Look at the temperature contrast. 70s and 80s over the Central Plains. 50s here locally, including that 56 in La Crosse, already down to 50 in Black River Falls and Viroqua, 55 in Prairie du Chien. Winds out of the north generally 5 to 15, and those will continue to come down, and these clouds will continue to push east and fade. And clear skies, light winds with high pressure means cold conditions with that northerly flow aloft. So sky tracker showing not much. Those clouds on that western edge of that departing system over the Great Lakes moving away. Clear skies tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, and mostly clear again tomorrow night. So once again, some patchy frost possible and still quiet heading into our Thursday. But notice the southerly wind starting to take shape. That's going to help start a warming trend heading towards the weekend. So an alert night, if you will, because of the frost chance and the freezing conditions north and east, right around 35 in La Crosse. 60 tomorrow, mostly sunny, but continued cool, about 10 degrees short of average. Patchy frost tomorrow night. Mid-60s as we kick off Oktoberfest on Thursday, but there's that warm-up. Low to mid-70s for Friday, the big parade on Saturday, also Sunday, and then lower 70s early next week. Looks mainly dry until some slight rain chances next Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, thanks very much, Bill.
Okay.
Coming up next in sports, our latest nominees for Play of the Week are in, plus the NBA season right around the corner. The Bucks are back to work with championship aspirations on the mind. Rob's up next.
CityCam 8 is brought to you by the Board Store. Are new windows in your future? We're a Pro Via Platinum dealer with certified installers. We'll help you find the best style, color, and glass options for your budget.
Score great savings Friday through Sunday at Ashley Furniture Outlet, with recliners starting at $330, beds as low as $290, and up to 80% off clearance items. Only at Ashley Furniture Outlet in Arcadia, off Flashco Avenue and State Road 93.
They're destroying America and our livelihoods. Now, DC elites are spending big on Brad Paff. The same Beltway bigwigs who wasted taxpayer money that bailed out elite golf courses and luxury hotels are now bankrolling Brad Paff's campaign because Brad Paff supported their big spending, price-hiking, reckless schemes. And that's why we can't send him to Washington. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, you know we have the products you need to grow a great garden. So right now, save on fall canning and preserving supplies to enjoy your homegrown harvest all year long. Like half off our entire stock of Country Classics 12-count canning jars. 6-piece Norpro canning sets, just $9.99. Save 20% on Roots and Harvest canning jar safe crates. Plus, knock out fall projects with Valspar Medallion paint starting at $39.99.
When we got pregnant with Lizzie, we were so excited. So when the complications started, it was really scary.
We never considered ending the pregnancy, but those are the kinds of decisions only a family can make. But Derek Van Orden wants the government to do it, banning all abortions, even when a woman's life is at risk.
I'm Betty.
I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Brad Paff. I approve this message because I'll never stop fighting for your right to choose.
Right now at Ashley, find great deals on bestsellers in-store and online. These trending styles are in stock and ready for fast delivery, so you don't have to wait. Plus, pay no interest for up to 60 months. Visit your local Ashley store or shop online today.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Basketball is back. It's hard to believe the NBA regular season tips off in just over 3 weeks from now, but here we are, and for the Bucks, expectations are high once again for a team with championship aspirations. The Bucks back at practice this week. Milwaukee is coming off a solid year. The team won 51-31 last season, reaching the playoffs as a 3 seed before ultimately falling short in the second round against Boston. in 7 games. But a lot of the same pieces are back. Of course, Giannis, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday. And some good news concerning Chris Middleton. The 3-time All-Star says he is expecting to be back soon after the regular season begins. Expectations are high for this squad and for Giannis. He says knowing they've been to the mountaintop before keeps this team confident that they could do it again.
Once we won one and we know that, oh, you know, we can actually do this. You know, we can actually be the last team standing, and we might achieve it, we might not. But at the end of the day, it's like what our goals are, which is to win a championship. So any expectation out there, it doesn't really matter, because as a group, that's all we think about.
The Bucks tip off the preseason this Saturday at home against Memphis. All right, here we go. Favorite segment of the week. It's where we highlight the athletes all throughout the Cooley region. Let's get right to it. We'll start in Cashton. What a performance in Week 6. The Eagles soaring past rival Bangor. Brady Hemmersbach, a big part of that. Look at him here, just ripping the ball away from the Cardinals. Cashton is 6-0 on the season. Number 2, West Salem's been red hot. The Panthers have won 5 straight. A lot of it has to do with their leader, Brett McConkey. Look at this. The senior doesn't go down. Whistle doesn't blow, and he's going to take it all the way to the house. Panthers keep rolling. Number 3, let's go to the pitch. Check out this save by Onalaska's Jacob Havlik, skying high to keep it out of the net. Hilltoppers, they're in first place. Finally, number 4, the Holman volleyball team got its revenge last week against Aquinas. Junior Izzy Jar leading the way for the Vikings, and now they sit atop the MVC. To vote for your favorite play, just open your News 8000 app to the viewer poll or go to news8000.com/vote. Good news there for the Bucks. I mean, I didn't think Chris Middleton was going to be back until like Christmas.
I know.
That's really good news for them.
Absolutely, and such a championship caliber roster already.
Yep.
They've got the chemistry.
Absolutely.
Let's go grab that Eastern Conference.
2 years ago they did it. Like he said, you know, they've been there before. Let's get it done.
And it's so easy to love Giannis.
Yep, sure it is.
Thanks, Rob.
You got it.
We'll be back to wrap things up.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor. I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work. Over the past 15 years, my team has installed thousands of maintenance-free gutter systems in the Rochester and La Crosse area, and we'd love to show you what Gutter Shutter can do for you and your home, but most importantly, keep you safe and off that ladder. So call today for a free estimate.
Ron Johnson's at it again, lying about my taxes. Let's be clear, my taxes are paid in full, but there were times I was getting by on peanut butter sandwiches. And that's why I support a tax cut for the middle class. Put more money in your pockets, because I know how hard you work. But Johnson used his Senate seat to write a loophole that gave huge tax cuts to himself and his biggest donors, leaving us with crumbs. And that's how we get left behind. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
You heard the jingle man, Wisconsin. That means it's time to get a versatile, rugged, athletic SUV that makes you feel like you just won a title. Again. Honda was just crowned KBB.com's best value brand for the 7th year in a row. So get up and go to your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin. Bring it home, Songbird.
Again, frosty for some, and in fact many, and even some freezing temperatures for some as well. We'll be around 35 for low here in La Crosse. An alert night. Freeze warnings in play for Eau Claire in the Chippewa Valley. Also Clark, Jackson, Monroe, Juneau, and Adams counties. Frost advisories for the rest of us from midnight to 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks very much, Bill, and thank you so much for joining us tonight at 6. We appreciate your time. We'll see you again at 10.